Once again, we're back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the soundcore by Anker Life P3i, two wireless noise canceling earbuds. That's a lot. I had to breathe for a second in order to say that. You can find these not in store, what I noticed. Some Anker products you can, some you can't. These are found online. Personally, I found them on Amazon. It was at the price tag of $59.99. So I'm not sure that's the regular price that they're normally sold at, but that's what I paid for it. After taxes, about 60 something dollars or so. And sometimes you can find sales online. So it really depends on how you decide to shop around. But I like getting things same day. So I did a 10 to 3 delivery. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into this review. Well, first, let's put in a drop. Then we'll hop right into the review. All right, so first things first, this is the headset right here. Now, naturally, I already took them out of the case, had to use them for about a couple weeks after I ordered this. And so far, I am liking the headset. Now, there is some good and there is some bad about the headset. We will talk about that in a moment. Music quality, excellent. We'll hop into that little segment. Call quality varies depending on the circumstances that you're in. Subway, trains, automobiles, riding bikes. I ride bikes, so a lot of wind blowing my ear, and we'll talk about that too for those that commute in different ways and still need better call quality. So with that being said, as soon as you open up the box, you do have your book right here. I don't need this primarily because I have the application that also tells you how to use the actual headset. Right here is the plastic that this normally comes in. I already had that tore off. You have your USB-C, which comes with, practically every Anker product known to man right here. USB-C. Other side is USB-A, I believe. That's a standard. And then you have your rubber ear tips, which should be your large tips and your medium tips. I'm sorry, large tips and small tips inside. Mediums are always already on the headset, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you're wondering where the medium tips are, they will always be on your headset. So if we just go ahead and take a look at this, I do like this case. Now, the only downside to this case is that if you look at it right here, this is the only indicator. So it's no indicator to actually tell you how charged your case is, unfortunately. And even in the application, which we're going to look at in the next segment, it doesn't show you how charged your case is, but it will tell you how charged your headset is. And if you're an Android user, then you guys shouldn't have an issue whatsoever. It'll automatically let you know on the top of your screen or in your settings how charged up your headset is. Apple does the same thing. It's just you have to scroll over to the side, to the left of that little browser, and it shows you your battery life on Apple. So this is the headset right here. I don't know why this camera's having trouble focusing right now, but here's the headset right here. Very good looking headset in my opinion. It's small, it's lightweight. To me, these feel a lot like the Life Note E's in terms of weight and size. Now, granted, I don't know the exact gram amount and all that nonsense. I'm not that meticulous when it comes to reviews, but these are very, very small and they do feel very comfortable in the ear. Unlike the last pair of headphones that I did a review on this channel, I forget what they're called, but it was another Anker product. These ship with more features like transparency mode. It has active noise cancellation. I believe it has like a white noise mode, and it has updates. So if not saying this will get updates, because I haven't got many updates on my headphones when it comes to Anker products, or they already ship with the current firmware, but you will get different types of software updates. So you'll have some type of support for the years or months or however long they decide to do that. I do not see any IP rating for this, for whatever reason. So I'm thinking that it probably can't get splashed. But what I did do just for review purposes, which I never do this and it was terrifying, but I did sprinkle water, meaning I had a mist. I went in the shower, did a little mist setting on the headset to see if it got damaged for like maybe 30 seconds. It didn't. And I didn't cover the hole in the bottom. I just had it sitting like this. And it's still working just fine. No water got in the inside of the case, thank God, because I didn't have it open. But again, there's no IP rating for this, which is a real hit and miss with Anker. Normally they have this type of thing. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what to say about that. But what I will say is that the sync process on it is very, very simple. You just open up the case as you see. It will automatically put itself in sync mode after a few seconds. And then all you have to do is go to your phone, as you see right here. This is an extra phone that I'm using with no SIM card in it. There's no SIM card in it. You go to Bluetooth. Let's go ahead and turn it on right here. And it should search. Well, it's trying to search right now. Here we are, Life Note p3i, and you just tap it and you sync. Very simple, very easy. You shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with that. And if you do, for whatever reason, have an issue with syncing, which so many people have, and I haven't done this in my previous videos, but I'm going to start. This is the button that allows your headset to resync itself. So you hold this for a certain amount of seconds. It will reset both your earbuds, and it will resync them the left to the right, because some people had that issue where they wouldn't connect with each other, and you shouldn't have an issue from there. Now, if you still do, then you're going to definitely have to probably email Anker, or manually turn off the headset, which it does have touch controls. I forgot to mention that. Right here are the touch controls. Normally it's by the A with the Anker symbol, and you just have to kind of get used to touching it. It's really based on, the sensitivity is based on your finger. It's not similar to a cell phone screen where you just touch and it works. It's more, you need a more meticulous touch to do it, which could be a real pain in the ass if we're being completely honest. But ultimately, it's not a bad headset. No wireless charging, USB-C on the bottom. To be honest, I'm saying too many times. This is a scratch magnet. If you look at this case, I'm used to the cases for like the P3. Like, this is how their cases normally are. And it just, it shows the battery life in the front, and the headset's right here. It opens up. You're good to go. This is the P3. This is the p3i. If we're talking about call quality, which we're going to get to, but I'll just say this now for those that are wondering, the P3s outclass these in terms of call quality and just the surroundings that you could be in and the clarity of calls. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop onto the next section where we're going to actually show you what I'm going to show you. Keep saying we like I have an organization. I'm going to show you how to use the application and what it actually details. All right, guys, so right here, what we're seeing is the p3i soundcore application. Sorry, I'm a little lost right there. If you tap this after syncing the actual headset, which is a very simple process to sync, all you have to do is open up the case. It will automatically sync to each other, and then you don't have to take the earbuds out, and then you go to Bluetooth and you sync them. In addition to that, it has a button on the bottom, which we already discussed a little bit earlier, and you hold that and it'll reset the headset also. So with that being said, here's the modes that you have. It will show you the battery life of the headset itself. Unfortunately, it won't show you the case, but that's perfectly fine, especially since you know how charged the case actually is. Well, how many charges you can get out of the case, so you'll be fine throughout the day. You have your noise cancellation, you have your transparency mode, and you have your normal. Normal is basically like if you had a regular headset and you didn't have any key features. Not everybody likes the suction feeling of noise cancellation. And transparency mode, if you're walking outside, allows you to hear a lot of your background noise, cars, trains, automobiles, whatever it is. It's basically a surefire way to have headphones in your ear, but feel as if you don't. Granted, each headphone feels a little bit differently. Obviously, natural sound is going to be better if you take your earbuds out, but sometimes you don't want to. It could be cold weather. You guys should be using these to keep your ears kind of warm, the insides of them. So, many people use their earbuds for different reasons, even if they're not listening to music. Also, you have the equalizer down here, which I have it on the default signature sound because that's the way I normally like things, but you do have the option to actually use the equalizer to customize, or you have the option to actually go to default, tap this, and you can see the different types of equalizers that you have here. Now, normally I don't use any bass up. I'm going to turn it on right now for video purposes, but normally I don't have bass on. So whenever I do my reviews, the bass is normally off. It's just the regular signature soundcore application that it comes outside of the box, and that's how I talk to you guys about how good the music sounds. Of course, right here you have the controls, which you do have the options to actually change what single taps do on the left side, what single taps do on the right side. You have options. It does allow you to do that. It allows you to change the double taps, and it allows you to change the hold button. So depending on how you feel, again, it's really all up to your customization. So there's really no reason for me to talk to you about what the taps do in a separate segment, because you can customize it however you want with this free application. And which I think this is pretty good, especially for a $50 or $60 pair of headphones. I think I paid $59.99 for mine on Amazon. I think it was like $63, whatever. Got them the same day, so between 10 to 3, however I ordered it. So there you go. In addition to that, you have your firmware updates if you end up going to your settings like I just did. You have your voice prompts. You have many, many options for this particular headset. Like I always say, shop around, find what it is that you want. Also, this is me actually recording the audio through the headset. So depending on what you're hearing right now, I'll let you guys be the judge of whether you like how this sounds or not, which we are going to do another segment about fit and call quality. We'll get to that in a little bit. But for right now, this is it right here. This is just how the headset is going to be and how the activation, how the application works. Very, very simple, very simplistic. Doesn't take much skill to use, so you won't be confused. So right here, we are going to talk battery life. What you get out of this is a total of 36 hours, but you get 9 out of the headset itself. So that 9 is included with that 36 hours, which means if you do the math, that's 9 times 4, I believe it's 36. I could be wrong. I haven't been in school in a long time, but that's fine. And that's 3 charges out of the case itself. It's 9 hours in the headset. So if you already have this sitting inside the headset, just know that once these 2 die, if you actually use it for 9 hours straight, which most people don't, you have 3 full charges, which will give you the 27 hours inside the case itself. Now, it does vary if you use active noise cancellation. I don't know how many hours you'll get in the case with active noise cancellation on, but if you're using that constantly, you get roughly about 6 hours in the headset itself. So, light went out. One moment, guys. There we go. Had to go ahead and just little timer where I'm at. So it's not bad. The battery life isn't bad at all. It's actually very respectable. Should be the industry standard to have about this amount of time. Talk time varies too. Granted, if you're using these, you're not getting 9 hours of necessarily talk time, and that's the correlation that people need to understand. When they say you get 9 hours, it's music. When they say you get 9 hours, it's media. Talk time is normally a couple hours less. So I personally only talked on these for about 5 hours total, meaning throughout the day. Like when I say throughout the day, like in a period of, let me specify that to make it easier for you guys. So I don't leave you hanging. In about 2 hours, let's say I had a 2-hour conversation with my wife. I rode my bike home, 45 minutes, rode around the neighborhood, talking to my wife, another 45 minutes, just to kill time while I'm doing something, because, it's boring sitting in the same spot doing these tests. Got about 5 hours out of it. It didn't say low battery, anything like that. It was just simply, I was just testing to see how long I could last on my daily commute with me keeping them in my ear without putting them back inside the case. They did not go back in the case, and it was a phenomenal battery life. So if we're talking about AirPods and Galaxy Buds and all that, it shits on both of them, excuse the language, in terms of battery life. Now, outside of that, call quality. The call quality for these are not that great. Now, what I mean by that is it's the average. I give it about 5, adjustable 6, depending on the circumstances, but more so a solid 5. And what that means is if you're indoors, you should have no issue with this call quality at all. If you're in the office, if you're in a crowded area, you still should be able to hear, as long as it's like I'm not saying something like the Renaissance Fair. If you're there, you might as well just keep these in your pocket, unless you're just trying to block out sound with the noise cancellation and things like that. But the call quality is decent enough, like most Anker headphones. The problem is that, to be honest, over the last couple of years, they haven't stepped up the call quality in lower end headphones. Meaning, if I'm on a train, you can't really hear me with these on. I tested these out riding my bike, like I always do. My wife could hear me, but when I went too fast and too much wind was blowing, she couldn't hear me at all. So it means that the wind is hitting the microphones, and it doesn't do a good job of stopping that. And keep in mind, so for those that are, you talk on the phone on the go, and you're a biker, you're doing certain things, you're in inclement weather, you're going to have a problem with these for multiple reasons. One, that the speakers aren't that great in inclement weather. And the second one is that because it has no IP rating, so you don't really want to get these wet. Now, again, with the mist thing that I did in the shower, the case was closed. I didn't try it open, and I wouldn't try it open because there's contacts, and that would definitely damage your case. So I didn't have to do that type of test. But just be aware of the fact that if you buy these, again, for the price tag, they're amazing. What's odd is that the Life Note 3S has better call quality than a lot of the Anker buds in the price range for some reason, but they're open ear, so that's not for everybody. And open ear means like the AirPod type design of open ear, even though they're feel much more comfortable in the AirPods and stay in your ear, are much lighter in my opinion. They just feel better. But that's a different story. We're not talking about that particular product. That's already on the channel if you want to go back and take a look at that. Now, if we're talking about music quality, because I'm going to kind of like just squeeze this all in one segment. The music quality for these are okay. No, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. That's actually wrong. I was thinking of call quality. The music quality in these are actually very, very good. Now, when you looked at me use the application a moment ago, I put it on bass boost just for myself personally. That's what I normally do. But the review of me listening to music and things like that, what we're about to talk about right now, has nothing to do with that. They sound phenomenal if we're talking about just everyday music usage. Normally with cheaper Anker earbuds, you don't hear a distortion, but you can definitely tell that they don't put the same quality of sound in their headsets that they do, obviously, in one that costs $100. Or, the Life 3s sound a little bit, I'm not going to even say these sound better than this. It's more of a situation of these, to me, are more snug than this pair. So it's the sound comes out differently. But if we're talking about quality of sound, I'm going to still stick to the Life 3s. They're a little bit more expensive, but you do get better quality microphones all around the board with that headset. But that's like $80, $90. These are like $50, $60. So it is a slight difference. But they have so many headphones, it's starting to get ridiculous. But I do understand that they need to update some of their old headphones. All right, so with that being said, in addition to that, the bass sound great. When I changed these sound profiles, it did a really good job. If I would put it on something else and I'm going to listen to jazz, I'm not a jazz person, but I still do just try different genres just to get a general idea of how well they hold out. And they do very well. If I blast the music, like you turn them up, again, they have active noise cancellation, which the active noise cancellation is like it's similar to Galaxy Buds, where it does just light noises, light hums and things like that. So if you wear them, yes, you will notice a difference of things being more quiet, but it's not AirPod Pros, it's not Bose or anything like that. And the reason I say those high-end brands is because I want to just give you guys the understanding that some people think that active noise cancellation is the same no matter what you get. No, and that's not the case. Some cheap headphones say active noise cancellation, and you can't even tell the difference whatsoever if it's on or off. But these you actually can, and it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not horrible at all. So if you add that combined with the music, it does a very good job of keeping you from having to blast your music too loud because you can hurt your eardrums. And that's another thing that people talk about. Sometimes the fit feels great, and the fit in these feel amazing. If I put these in my ear right here, go ahead and take it out. The fit feels amazing in my ear. But if I'm blasting music, it doesn't matter how good the fit feels. You're going to feel irritation with the vibrations going on in your ear. And people need to understand, oh, my headset is no. It's you blasting music and listening to it for too long. Realistically, no one's going to have earbuds in their ears for 9 hours unless you're working in a hellhole in Guatemala. I don't even know what country to say. Like, I'm about to say like a hellhole and drill into the middle of the earth. That's what I mean, not the actual country itself. But if you're doing one of those type of jobs where you're on an oil rig or you're somewhere in the middle drilling for oil, looking for land and all that, that's a hellhole that I'm talking about. Then you'll probably wear these for 9 hours inside your ear. But the average person is just going to just open the case back up when they're done a phone call and just pop them back inside. You're good to go. You have nothing to worry about. And that's how it's going to be. But yeah, the sound sounds really good. Music quality sounds amazing. I love how it sounds. Anker always delivers. To me, Anker is the new JBLs, like I talked about in previous videos. JBLs is a good brand. The problem is that they overcharge for mediocre products. And I say it's mediocre because of what their asking price. The fact that they do good jobs in music, but they completely abandon every other aspect of like quality of phone calls and things for their headsets because they are living off the name of their brand. And I hate when companies do that to get too big. OnePlus is doing the same thing too. They used to have affordable phones. Then they decided to just go the route of just screw it, money. And then now you can't sell a phone for $1,000 that's, not better than the current $1,000 flagship of other companies. This doesn't make any sense. But what do I know about marketing, right? So yes, good sound. Call quality isn't bad, but just be aware of the fact that if you're in inclement weather, rain, thunderstorm, things like that, and loud noises are happening all around you and it's blowing into the microphone, you aren't going to get the quality of sound that you necessarily want. So that's pretty much it. Do I suggest this particular product? Yes, it's a very, very, very good product. I'm not going to act like it's not. When I first saw it, I said, when I looked at the stem, the design, I said, you know what? This is going to be good. This will be an upgrade to like the headphones that my wife is using. And she likes them herself. And I let her use it, but I had to clean up the earbuds because, you've seen some of the earbuds that she had at a review. She don't take care of them at all. But this is actually good for the price for $50, $60. Definitely worth it. If you can find it cheaper online, absolutely. But if you're trying to replace something like the P3, this is just an all-around better headset. It's no way to get around it. When you buy higher, more expensive Anker brands, they tend to, the microphones that they use for call quality gets better. And it's noticeably better, especially if you're on a phone call, you are going to notice it. It's just not comparable. It's like having a PS4 right here, right? And then buying a PS5. If we're talking about Anker, and there's other brands that's higher than this, and other ones are like buying a PC, whatever, with the highest video card. Sure, they all work. Sure, they all play the same games, but the quality differences you're going to see when they're side by side. And I have too many headphones, I'll be honest. I need to stop doing this, but I have way too many headphones. And I'm telling you now, if you're in a store, these right here, right now, the P Mini, the P3s, are about $49.99 at Best Buy on sale. So just buy these instead. But if something isn't on sale, then this isn't a bad buy at all. So I'm not going to say they're bad. I'm not going to say they're not worth it. It's just that if call quality is your main concern, and this is your primary headset, and you're outside in the elements, then no. But if you're an everyday regular person driving in the car, may not have Bluetooth, at work want something small and conspicuous that people can't see, your hair covers it, or you can just have a small earbud, this isn't bad to go. It's a name brand company that does well. It has app support. It has all the things that a lot of other buds don't have at this price point. So that is it. I made this video far too long, but like and subscribe like always, and I will see you guys in the next video. So be safe and take care.